Elicio Leal with TMA TV. Welcome to this week's episode. We shot this episode right here in Market Square, La Margarita. It's a beautiful restaurant with great food, so you're probably gonna hear some noise. You might see a waiter come in or two. Don't order anything, all right? Because, we already cashed out. But without further ado, my gosh, this episode is gonna be fantastic because we have none other than Mr. Joe Lopez on this show. I got a chance to talk to him. Man, he's got a lot to say, and he's got beautiful, beautiful music. We're going to talk about that too. I don't even want to talk anymore. I want to get right to Joe. So without further ado, let's go talk to him. Joe Lopez, everybody. We're going to talk to him right now. But before we get started, I want to let you know we're doing this interview here at La Margarita restaurant inside Market Square. So you're probably going to hear, dishes, and there's a bunch of waiters and waitresses over there looking at us and stuff. So they might make some noise. So I just want to let you guys know that that's going on. So Joe, welcome to the show, man. I've been waiting to interview. Thank you for being here. You're one of the artists that are just icons in the Tejano music industry, man. I saw you perform a few months ago at Rosedale Park. My gosh, I thought I was listening to your CD, man. Your voice is just so good. I love you, man. I love you, bro.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I want to start off with the beginning of your career, okay? Off camera, I asked you about Los Fabulosos Cuatro. Was that your first group that you were in?
That was, well, I started in my hometown with the Glares. It was the first group that I did, but we were just a regular clubhouse band.
Okay.
But when I really hit the road, it was in 1974, where I recorded Prieta Linda, Basura, and all that with the Fabulosos Cuatro. Good friends, good people, and they were the best band at the time. And I'll always remember it because in La Canción de Prieta Linda, I say 1974, and that's why it's always there to let me know that I started in 1974.
So when you did that song, did you say 1974 and 1974? Or did you go back and add that later?
No, I said it right before.
Right when it happened?
When I was recording.
Wow, that's pretty awesome, man. That's pretty awesome.
It just happened.
Wow, you know what? But that song, even though it's 30 years old now, 40 years, 50 years old, whatever it is.
They still ask for it, yeah.
Yeah, brother, and people still dance. Myself, I still go dance to it, man. So after Los Fabulosos Cuatro, is that when you started with Mas? Where did you go after Los Fabulosos Cuatro?
Well, after I was with the Fabulosos Cuatro, I went to a club in Brownsville because I didn't like the touring around, Chicago and everywhere, and it wasn't for me. I didn't feel like it. I felt like I would be better with the people in Brownsville. I had it sold out every night, and it was at Fort Brown. That's where I am the one that started Mas.
Okay.
I'm the one that signed Mas in court. It belongs to me, M-A-Z-Z. I added the two Z's on the S because of my compadre Jimmy Gonzalez. His last name ends with a Z, and my Lopez ends with a Z. So I added that and I put Mas, M-A-Z-Z.
So that's why the Z's are in there.
Yes, that's why.
How about that? I bet none of you guys knew that. I sure didn't know that. Wow.
Yes.
So it's for Gonzalez and Lopez.
Yes. I started recording with Bob Griever. He's already passed.
Okay.
And Luis Silva was the writer of the songs. He also died. And God bless them. They both helped me a lot. And Amen Studios from here in San Antonio, where I started doing Laura and all these songs from the beginning. Yeah, he wrote that song for his daughter, Laura. Oh. And we still play it. And I added another song, Ranchera, named Laura. So it's been a beautiful trip for me. I've met so many people, and I've been through all the Grammys, and I've been through everywhere in New York and everywhere in California, Hollywood, and I've enjoyed this trip, and I've enjoyed performing for all the people that are out there, Los Tejanos. They're always everywhere. And right now I was just visiting some people who came from Chicago. It was about 8 or 9 of them. They all wanted pictures and yelling, and you're very strong in Chicago. So everywhere I go, thank God that people still remember me, and still love my music.
Yes.
And I just did another album. I hadn't done this.
Is it this one? Hold on, let me get. This is the new album, right?
Yes, that's.
It's Love from the Heart.
Right. I hadn't recorded in 10 years, so I did this, and the first time they played it, my song went up to #1, and then they played it, the other one, Dame tu mano, it went up to #1.
Wow.
Right after this one, so I've been in number one for 10 weeks already.
Wow. Well, you have not lost a step, brother. I mean, at all. Like I said, I saw you at Rosedale. And speaking of Rosedale, I gotta throw you a flashback. In the '90s, I remember you attended a KXDN 107.5 event.
Yes.
And you guys showed up in a limo, and you had to get to the stage. And so you drove through the crowd, and it was like the Red Sea parted. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The Red Sea parted, and then here you guys come on your chariots, man,
Yeah.
up to the stage. It was beautiful. It was magnificent.
Beautiful.
Oh, man.
Beautiful. That was a live album that I did in San Antonio.
That was the live album?
Yeah. I wanted to do that in San Antonio because I have a lot of fans here, and they're beautiful people.
This new album that has the number one song on it, it's awesome too, man. Who's doing all your music arrangements now?
Well, Brendo Mireles is the one who arranges the. I write the lyrics and the melody of the song, but he adds all this beautiful stuff that I wouldn't dream of it, and makes it into a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song.
And Brando is your original keyboard player,
Yes,
right?
He's my original for 30 years.
For 30 years. Well, this weekend, now this episode is going to air after this event we're about to talk about is happening. But this weekend, you're at Rosedale Park for your birthday bash, right? Is that what's going on? It's a birthday party?
Yes.
Okay, so now let me tell y'all that if you're watching this, you missed a great show because it's Joe with Mas, it's Palominos, it's La Calma, it's Chente Barrera, and who am I forgetting? Oh, Roel Martinez.
Yes.
So what a great show. And I know I'm going to go to that, so they're going to watch this afterwards. I'm going to tell you what, I had a good time.
We're trying to bring as many groups that we can to La Onda Tejana so we can wake it up, bring it up again. The way they used to be, thousands of people and thousands of people.
What advice would you give any new artist that's coming up in this day and age in terms of how to, get on stage and get their record sales going?
Yeah, well, they have, first of all, like I've always said, that first of all, you have to create and make some kind of music original, not from this other group or copy anybody, and do your own stuff and do your own style. It's not easy, but sooner or later the people will get to it, and before you know it, the group goes up and becomes like me. I started from the very bottom there, and it didn't come overnight. My style was so different that people didn't know what I was playing, but now. It's getting to where a lot of groups are playing my music, not my music, my style, and it's all right because I still, come up with different styles, and el sonido y el beat de Mas es muy diferente a los demás.
Yes.
So you asking me about that for the groups, they have to come up with their own style, their own music, their own writing, and don't be afraid, and get in there and prove who you are and what you can do, and it'll pay off.
Hey, I know you're enjoying listening to Joe Lopez because I sure enjoy talking to him, but we're going to take a break so you can check out one of his videos right now. We know you want music, so here comes Joe Lopez music.
Te quiero decir cuánto amor hay en mí, pero no puedo. Te quiero decir que el mundo no es así, pero no puedo decírtelo. Quiero que tú te des cuenta, quiero que tu cuerpo también me comprenda. Quiero que tú te des cuenta, quiero que tu cuerpo también me comprenda. Yo sé, I'm gonna be okay, que un día volveré a querer. Yo sé, I'm gonna be okay, que un día volveré a querer. es así, pero no puedo decírtelo. Quiero que tú te des cuenta, quiero que tu cuerpo también me comprenda. Quiero que tú te des cuenta, quiero que tu cuerpo también me comprenda. Yo sé, I'm gonna be okay, que un día volveré a querer. Yo sé, I'm gonna be okay, que un día volveré a querer. Yo sé, I'm gonna be okay, que un día volveré a querer. Yo sé, I'm gonna be okay, que un día volveré a querer.
Por favor, ya no te quiero ver, esto terminó.
Number 10, and climbing, Carla Cristina, Mejor Sin Ti. Number 9, going strong, Stevie G, El Amuleto. Number 8, Sunny Sauceda, Así Como Pagan, Pago. Number 7, South Texas Homies, Una Promesa. Number 6, still on the countdown, Ruby Ann, Porque Duele el Amor. Number 5 in climbing, David Lee Garza y los musicales, Otros Planes. Number 4, Obsesión, El Sugar. Number 3, Intocable and climbing, Si Me Duele Que Duela. Number 2, he was number 1 for so long, Lucky Joe, Hasta la Miel Amarga. And the number 1 song, Geneva, Entre Tus Brazos.
Siento una felicidad inexplicable.
Live from the beautiful city of San Antonio, Texas, Tejano Music Awards.
Congratulations to all the artists on the top 10. Are those numbers moving up and down or what? I hope your favorite artist is reaching the top. Let's get right back to Joe because we still got a lot to talk to him about. Okay, so you have this event here in San Antonio. What other stuff do you have coming up, over the next couple of months that you might be able to talk about?
For the future?
Yeah.
I'm working right now on another CD.
Okay.
And as soon as I do that, I want to go back and do a mariachi album like I did way back, and it was a big hit for us.
Yes.
But I'm going to do that after this new one that's coming out. I have a lot of music, a lot of songs written, and I hate to die one day and not be able to use and sing those songs. There's about 100 and something songs that I've written. And
you have that many songs that are not
they're not even in the air. And I want to do another album, and then move up to 2 albums a year.
That's great.
So I can put all this music together.
Yeah.
And put all the songs para la onda tejana.
That's awesome, brother. Hey, that's awesome. We're going to be expecting that and waiting for it.
Yes, it will.
You're talking about the mariachi album. Ironically, in the last episode of TT, or a couple episodes ago, we rebroadcast your performance at the Tejano Music Awards where you came out with the mariachi hat.
Yes.
Man, that was a great album.
Yes.
I remember, look, I like ranchera and I liked hip hop. I never thought I would be booming mariachi, man. You know, and I was booming mariachi. Por un amor. Like, who does that? I did that because of you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
so it was great. So I'm looking forward to that one. Okay, tell me about the documentary. I didn't know about that. Tell me
Yes, it's about my whole life story and everything that I've done.
Okay.
And the future, what's going to happen. And it's really, I've been working for that for over a year.
So your manager just shared that your documentary is going to come out on Hulu and several other. I think she said Netflix. So we'll know sooner than later once you have go through the due process and the paperwork of everything. Then okay, so that'll be coming soon. So just keep us posted on that.
Yes.
And we'll definitely promote that.
That's one of my main things that I want the people to see and know what really happened.
Joe, I'm really excited about this documentary. I want to see myself, the truth, right? So when does it come out?
It's going to be out within, I would say, within the next 2 months, I think.
Okay, great. All right. Well, we're going to keep an eye on Hulu and Netflix. All right, so we're going to let the community know when it's out because we want to see it, man.
And I want everybody to see it also. So.
Okay, great. Well, you know what? You've got our support. We're going to check it out, okay?
Okay.
On the 12th, you're in Pearsall. On the 20th, you're in Fort Worth. Hey, DFW. And let's see, on the 27th, you have the Tejano King Fest in Robstown. Man, you're pretty busy. You're booked in October. in August.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Your music is the best. And like you mentioned, a lot of people copy your style, right? You know, like I won't name artists, but there's artists that play like you, that sound a little bit like you. But that music, man, you've been true to the ranchera, right? The ranchera that you can do the vueltas and the spins to, and that's what I love. So why have you stuck to that sound and not try to do like, Mexican regional or too much cumbia? What made you say, you know what, I want to stick to this sound?
Well, that's the way God made me to do this. I mean, since I started writing songs, it's always been, it comes out like that. And I don't have to copy anybody, and it comes out to be a good ranchera or a good cumbia, and it's not as if I'm working hard for it. It just comes out. So I that's what I do. I look at myself and I look at the people reaction, and when I write a song, I'm looking at everybody and in my mind, and it comes out.
So you're more than just a singer. You're actually you're writing the songs. You're implementing the sound that you want it to sound like. When we hear Mas, it's the Joe Lopez sound.
Yeah, I'm trying to put across what it means and what the song is trying to tell you. It's not you turn it right. Oh, that sounds like the other song. No, it has to have a meaning behind it.
Got it.
And my songs now on this new album that you're gonna hear, Dame Tu Mano is totally different, but it's there. It's my style. And luego, igual que ayer, esa también está muy bonita. Todas las canciones, tengo una macumba, también es una it's a cumbia, but it's a more African style.
Oh, okay.
But it's got the Mas style on it.
But this guy's the best right here. Man, I love your stuff.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's go back to some of the concerts that you did. The Monterrey, obviously, 60,000 people. I don't think you can top that. But is there a concert in the United States that you can look back on and say, man, that was an awesome crowd?
At the rodeo in Houston,
okay,
Garth Brooks had 64,000 people.
64,000.
And we had 58,000.
Oh wow!
So that was Tejano and then country, and that was a big concert for us. And another one and that really big was in Dallas at the stadium, at the Texas Stadium.
Oh, Irving, the old Cowboy Stadium?
Yes.
Okay.
Ahí estaba bien lleno también, and we played at the big place there in Dallas also. They sell all kinds of tacos and comidas.
The State Fair?
Sí, State Fair.
The State Fair with Big Tex.
Yes. And that was a sold out crowd too. So those are the best places that I've been. I've been through a lot of concerts in what was it, Rosenberg?
Oh, okay, Rosenberg by Houston?
See, Rosenberg, the near the fairgrounds. I came down in a chopper and all this.
And a helicopter, for real?
And hundreds and thousands of people there.
Wow.
Those were the days of the Mexicanos and los Tejanos. Everybody was together. When I started writing the cumbias, then everybody started doing cumbias differently. I wrote the Que Dolor, ay, Que Dolor.
Yeah. Oh, you wrote that too?
Yes, and all this cumbia styles opened the doors to all the cumbias, and that's why today that this
Yes.
this is the advance. Macumba is the top of all the cumbias that are done. That is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song.
I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to hear it. All right, so let's talk about some fun stuff. What do you do for fun, Joe?
What do I do for fun?
Yeah.
Well, I love fishing.
Okay.
I go fishing a lot, and that's about it. And the rest, I spend my time writing songs and,
Okay.
and playing my guitar and
So you play guitar?
yes.
I didn't know that either. How come you've
yeah.
never played on stage?
No, I never did. But I was the one that le enseñé a Jimmy cómo tocar la guitarra. He had broken his leg, and we were friends since the beginning. Many years ago. And he was on the porch there with his leg broken. Young, we were about 13 years old.
That young? You guys were friends that long ago?
Well, we were born the same day, same month, same year.
In the same hospital too, right? Is that right?
Same hospital, and we lived across the street.
How do you guys know they didn't switch you guys?
Did I?
You know, how do you know you got your parents got the right?
That's a big switch there. No. It was his mother was a beautiful lady. I loved her, and she did a lot for him, And when he broke his legs, just teach him how to play because he didn't know how to do anything.
Wow.
And I le enseñé hasta que se enseñó. Y luego comenzó a tocar bass, y luego comenzó a la guitarra otra vez.
Ah.
And that's how we got started. We played together since the beginning to
Yeah.
a few years before he died.
Yeah. So how young were you when you started playing guitar? Because if you introduced that
9
to
years
Jimmy
old.
at 9 years old, so you were already playing 4 years by the time.
I got a picture there where do you have it there? No? Well, wish we'd have brought it to you. It's me playing the guitar in California when I used to pick the prunes and
You were
peaches.
a migrant worker?
Yes, I was a
Are you
genuine.
kidding me?
A genuine migrant worker.
I was too.
Yeah.
I picked cucumbers. What did you pick?
Well, everything.
Everything.
Some peaches and prunes and plums and strawberries and cherries
Wow.
and pears and
Really?
and cucumbers and beans, those largos.
Uh-huh.
And everything.
Wow, you know what, Joe? I picked cucumbers and I picked strawberries.
Yeah.
And I remember being in this field and I had 3 long rows, and I mean long rows, that I was responsible for finishing by the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I remember my back hurt. And at that moment, I think I was like 7 or 8 years old. I said, and I don't even know how I had this vocabulary, but I said, I'm gonna use my brain, not my brawn. I don't even know why I knew what brawn was, but it was at that very moment that I told myself, this is not the life I want.
No.
And so moving forward, whether I was a dishwasher at a restaurant or a janitor at a hospital, because I did all that stuff,
Yeah.
I thought to myself, it's not as bad as being out in that field. And that reminded me of the staying humble, man. So the fact that you were a bargain fight worker too, hijo, man.
Yes, I was out there. I used to go to Idaho Falls, to Minidoka, and we would work with the Lazadon,
The whole thing?
big sugar beets. And
Oh, okay.
yes, those rows were long.
They were like city
9
blocks.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, so one of the things we like to do on the show is we do a word association, which basically means I give you the name of a Tejano artist, and you just tell me what you think about them or a story that you might have with them, okay? And I'll just
Okay.
throw random,
All right,
okay?
okay.
I'm going to start with, let's start with Selena, since you talked about her.
Well, she sang in one of the songs with me, and I used her as a background, boys. And
For what song was that?
It's a Cuando Calienta el Sol, parece que es, yeah. That's
She
an
was
old-
on there?
Yeah, she's the background singer.
Oh, we're going to have to research that one.
I'm not too familiar which song it was. Happened about 40 years ago.
Sure. But I never,
it's-
who knew that Selena sang backup for Joe Lopez?
Yes.
Tell me about Abraham.
Abraham is a nice man, a businessman, a true man, and honest, and everybody makes a living out of something. He tries to do the best. Whatever dollar he gets out of it is fine, and he's a businessman. That's all I gotta say. And he's had a lot of success with Selena afterwards, and had a lot of success with his buildings, and he had a restaurant. That's how they lived. But he started.
Yeah.
And then he sold his restaurant to buy equipment for the kids, that's how, you know,
So
I
the
know-
movie really was true when that happened.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple more. Let's talk. Tell me about how about Ray Madera?
Ray Madera is a good guy. He, as a matter of fact, we saw him on the road coming yesterday, the day before.
Oh yeah. Do
And-
you ever go fishing with him?
No.
Okay.
But he, you know, he recognized me, he said hi, and I said hi to him. He's been around, and
Yeah.
he has a beautiful voice. I just want to thank all my fans from Pearsall, from all these beautiful places. That San Antonio is the main key to success. You also have to hit in San Antonio to make it big. And to all my fans around the world, thank you very much for being part of my life and for always being there for me and for helping me and doing all you can for me. And I want to thank the camera lady, the beautiful lady, and a gentleman on the other camera. And I want to thank Sandra for all she's done for me to be here today. And of course you.
Yes,
Thank
Elicio.
you. Elicio.
Yes.
There you go. Elicio. I'm like a Geneva. ¿Cómo le digo Geneva?
Geneva Convention. Yeah. It's Elicio Robles.
Thank you so much for you. A super
welcome.
guy. If y'all don't know him, this man is the top of the line.
I appreciate that, Joe.
And La Onda Tejana, he's the best.
I appreciate that, man. Hey, look, everything I do is from the heart.
Yes.
I do it for La Cultura, you know. I might go broke doing it, but you know what? It's for the good of the community, for the good of the people. And like I say to all my guests, I did this for my grandchildren so that they could look back and say, Welo did something for us.
Yes.
And if it lives, it lives. If it dies, it dies. But I tried. That's what we're trying to do. So I
Yeah,
appreciate
This
that.
is exactly what you're supposed to do. Do it from the heart,
Yep.
and it'll pay off. God will see this, and He'll reward you.
Well, from your lips to God's ears, we're ready.
We're
ready.
here, God.
We're ready. Yes, that's right. Well, Joe, it's been a great pleasure, man. Like I said, I wish I had more time to talk to you, but we don't. So we're going to invite you back, and when your new music comes out, let me know. We'll get you on the show. We'll get your
Yes.
new music videos on, okay?
Of course.
And I'm probably going to come check you out on the weekend anyway. So,
Yes,
so I'll see you.
on
Okay?
Saturday.
All right. Hey, Down Music Awards fans, down at TMA TV, this is Elicio Leal with the famous and one of my favorites, Joe Lopez. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you later. It's the new El Tejano Dance Party. Biggest party in San Antonio happens every morning from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your favorite Tejano station, KLMO 98.9, with host Elicio Leal and San Antonio's best club DJs. El Tejano Dance Party on 98.9 KLMO with Elicio Leal and his DJ crew, only on 98.9 KLMO. It's the new El Tejano Dance Party. Biggest party in San Antonio happens every morning from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on 98.9 KLMO. And don't worry, big boy fans, he ain't going nowhere. He's gonna stick around and party. Hey, Down Music fans, well, that's the end of our show. I hope you liked it. We shot it right here at the famous La Margarita inside historic Market Square in San Antonio. It's the best place to be for food and fun. Okay, with that being said, we gotta go. We hope you enjoyed the show. We're gonna be back next week, and don't forget, please like our Facebook page, and please subscribe to our YouTube page, because every episode we've ever done is there, and you can watch it today, tomorrow, or when they get released on Sundays. Check it out. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.